The past that holds you back, the memories that seem unchangeable, are all part of the illusion of the simulation. I mean, it wouldn't be a convincing reality if it didn't seem real and unchanging. But here's the truth: your fixation on the past is one of the greatest illusions ever. It's a trap within the simulation designed to keep you from realizing your true power. For me, using this technique I'm going to teach you today, I have seen entire timelines change when I revised my past memories, including relationships. There was a time when I ended a relationship badly, filled with misunderstandings and hurt, and I allowed it to basically sabotage every relationship I had afterwards. But when I revised that memory, visualizing a peaceful and understanding mutual ending to that conversation instead, not only did my feelings change, but my future interactions with that person changed completely. It's as if the old conversation never happened and only the new one I imagined happened. It blew my mind, and it caused me to trust this process and do it again and again. And I teach it on a regular basis to all my new clients. Now, it may sound a bit delusional, of course, but believing in the power of your imagination to change the past works. But you won't believe it until you actually experience it. Then you're going to truly understand. So let's get into the lesson. Neville Goddard said, "The most remarkable feature of man's future is its flexibility. It is determined by his attitudes rather than his actions, the cornerstone of which all things are based is man's concept of himself. He acts as he does because he believes himself to be such a person. Such and such things are true because he believes them to be true. If you want to change a man, you must change his concept of himself." This highlights the importance of revising your past to create a new future. Now, in understanding revision, revision is a powerful technique that was introduced by Neville Goddard, known as the pruning shears of revision. I have a video where I read through the entire lecture myself. I'll link it below later. This process, it allows us to reshape past experiences, altering their impact on your present and your future. You see, by revising events, you align your internal state with the reality that you wish to create. You're basically cleaning up the reflections in your external world by revising your memory with your imagination of past events. When you change the past, you change the present and the future automatically. Now, let's be blunt here. Your belief that the past has an unchangeable hold on your mental state and reality is just the biggest lie, the biggest illusion of the simulation. This illusion is powerful because it feels so real, so unchangeable, but it's not. You have the power to change it using your imagination. So you must take control with revision. Do this process exactly as I teach you to, and you will see results extremely fast. Now, you might, again, you're going to think it's delusional, but do it anyway. Trust this process. Experience it. You will see that using your imagination to change the past is not just possible, it's real, and it's powerful, and it's easy. So let's go through the steps. The first step you're going to do in this process for revision is, number one, identify the event. So choose a past event that does not align with your desired reality. It could be a painful moment with an ex, a painful moment in any area of your life, something that didn't go the way you want it to go, especially if you're continuing to think about it, is the point. If it's the one that keeps affecting your new relationships or your day-to-day life now, that's probably one you might want to identify and revise. So number one, identify the event that you want to change, the one that didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Number two, recreate the scene. Close your eyes and recreate the scene in your mind. Make it as vivid as possible. You want to be able to tap into the sights, the sounds, the feelings. That way, you know that you're not sugarcoating anything, not leaving anything out. Okay. So number two, replay and recreate the scene. Number 3, revise the outcome. Change the outcome of this event. See it unfold in a way that aligns with your desires. Feel all the emotions associated with this new outcome. See it. See what happens next. See what happens right before it. Make it real. This is not the first time I've talked about how to visualize reality with great vivid detail. So do it with great vivid detail. First person perspective out of your own eyeballs. Change the scene until it goes the way you want it to go. Number 4, feel it's real. Immerse yourself in the revised event. Feel the relief, the joy, the satisfaction as if it truly has happened exactly the way you want it to go the entire time. That's it. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's give you an example. Imagine a conversation that ended in a misunderstanding, one that you really, really wish you could go back and do again. In your revision, see the conversation ending with mutual understanding and respect. Feel the positive emotions as you envision this new outcome. That's it. Do not overcomplicate it. Make it simple. Don't make it an hour-long revising session. Should be a few seconds to a couple of minutes at most. The time is irrelevant, but make this easy, simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Now reflect on this. How does revising past events to align with your desired outcomes change your present feelings and future experiences? Be honest. Now, if you didn't do it, the answer is nothing changed, right? If you refuse to do it. We're talking about this. If you actually do this work, if you revise the scene, truly, you're not going to think about that ex-boss, that ex-lover, that awful situation that happened. You're not going to hold the grudge anymore if you actually revise the scene going the way you want it to go. So don't hide or lie to yourself. This works. If you do it, you will feel different and you'll be able to check it out. So there is a nightly revision technique. Each evening, spend a few minutes revising any events from the day that did not align with your desires, right? If you're happy with all of the other reflections of the day, then you're good to go. But any of those, as you do reflect on your day, looking for any of the relationship issues that you come across, looking at any of the belief systems that may have shown up, right? You're doing that every single night, some version of that, so you can fall asleep with your wish fulfilled. If you encounter a situation that you didn't like, this is a great thing to do and revise those scenes every single night before you go into your visualizing any of the other processes you've learned in this series. So if you had a bad day, revise the events of that day, then move on to the rest of the exercises, because you want to change the outcomes to match your highest vision. So you're not carrying that into your sleep, carrying that into your visualization. Okay. Also, I want you to journal your revisions. If you don't write these things down, you are going to have an epiphany, have a breakthrough. Maybe you'll share with 1 or 2 people, but you're not going to believe it after a few days. You're not going to do the same revision technique that you've already made a miracle happen with. If you don't write it down, you're going to forget it and you won't believe it. And you're going to tell yourself you're doing it when you're not. So write down the events that you revised. Describe the new outcomes. Reflect on how these make you feel. Again, the point is to embody everything we're doing so it's happening right now. And the mirror principle and the simulation is just going to reflect it back to you. So finishing up, remember, you hold the power to reshape your past and influence your present and your future by simply mastering the art of revision. You clean up these reflections in your external world, aligning them with your highest vision. This is a foundational process too that comes along with the law of assumption. So as you practice this, you're going to see this practice coming up again and again with anything law of assumption, anything with the matrix, anything with Neville Goddard. You're going to see revision coming up multiple times with me and many other coaches. So you can't hide from this one. So you might as well start doing it to believe it now, okay? You will see significant changes in your life. I'm Anthony Cortino, Sacred Cobra. I believe that your greatest relationship starts, ends with you, and I believe in your ability to transform your reality through the power of revision, love, and acceptance. Now let's continue this journey together. I will see you in the next lesson. But remember, if you want a copy of this lesson in PDF form, so it's easier for you to integrate, check out the links below and get that for you. You are sacred. You are worthy. You are love. We'll see you next time. Cheers.